He's a bad dude.
Let's go out to our main man, Lorenzo, Neal. And don't forget, all guests appear on the Bud Light guest line. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. What's going on, Lorenzo? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, guys. How we doing?
Let me ask you this. We're doing great. What was a day like today like for you if it's a playoff game and you're 2 days away from Sunday? Like, what's today like for you, both as a practice day, and then as far as getting your mind and body right?
Yeah, that's a great question, Steiny. I tell you what, Fridays is always a day you look forward to, because Friday usually the hay is in the barn, and Fridays is usually the 2-minute drill, and you do your short yardage and goal line, and you're done usually by 1 o'clock. You know, you're out of the facility by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You're done. Usually you're there till 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, you get off the field at 3 o'clock. You know, time you go shower and go watch meetings. You know, you're in meetings at 4, done by 5:36. So Fridays it's a shorter day. You put in the short yardage and goal line. You go over your 2-minute drill. You walk through the practice, and you get saying, okay, it's crisp. You want to get in, get out. But this is the day that, you know, a lot of guys want to come back and get another massage. It's that Friday, okay, bam, I'm setting up my massage at 3 o'clock. I want to get, I got beat up during the week. Now I want to get my body back in. Hydration, drinking a lot of water. Tonight is that relaxed night, you know. Maybe it's a movie, dinner and a movie, but you're just kind of focused. You're starting to prepare your mind for what you're doing. And tomorrow, you know, you come in for the walkthrough because the Niners going to play on Sunday. So you're coming in early for the walkthrough, and you want to watch the games. Tomorrow's a game. Yeah. You're like, hey, I want to see who we're possibly going to be playing. I want to watch football. And you're just like, there's only 2 games. You're the only show. Think about, you start with 32 teams, and now look, you're down to 18 teams, and you're down, and you're like, man, I'm here. We're here. We're 1 game away from the NFC Championship. Now it's about just the small things, Steiny. Making sure your body, your mindset, you're looking at you're looking at your list, going over your short yardage, going over your goal line, understanding that. And then tomorrow you go in for that, like I said, go in for the walkthrough, go over meetings, you go in through your special teams again, go through everything again as a team, and boom, you're out of there by 11, 12. You're out of there by 11 o'clock, and your home game, usually you leave, go home for a couple hours, but you're still just away. You're just getting your mind right. On Saturdays, believe it or not, guys, some days I would just go watch a movie. Playoff, I'm like, you know, I don't want to think about football. I don't want to have my juices flowing so much that I'm just so gassed about the playoffs because I know it's at stake. It's win or go home. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go watch a movie. I'll go to a movie, have me a little popcorn, relax, watch a movie, and boom, get done by 5 o'clock. Then you head over to the hotel. You're back with your brothers. Coaches want you guys on that schedule. You have your team meeting, go through your special team meeting, and boom, have snacks and dinner tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. You're in your room by 10 o'clock, lights out 11. And, man, that's what it's about, man. Right now, man, I'm telling you, guys are starting to get those juices flowing. Guys are they're in a different mindset right now. Even though it's playoffs, you're in a different mindset than the regular season. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you just know that it's getting ready for game day.
All right, so now we're at Sunday. You wake up Sunday morning. It's a little unusual kickoff, 3:30 local time. What time you getting up for a 3:30 afternoon game? What are you eating before the game, and when?
Yeah, I tell you what, Steiny, it's interesting because you go in and then they move things back. Chapel probably is going to be at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So usually breakfast is still going to be open at 8 o'clock. You want guys to stay on their same routine. So you get up from the hotel from 7 o'clock to probably 10 o'clock. They're serving breakfast. If chapel's at 9, okay, you go to chapel from 9 to 10. Okay, guys go back in the room. They want to sleep or lay down or just relax or whatever they're doing till like 12 o'clock. And shoot, at 12 o'clock, so you think about it. That night you're in the hotel on Saturday. You're going to bed by 10, 11 o'clock. You're in your room at 10. Police on the floor. You're just like, you're focused. Coaches are making sure everyone's in their room. No one's doing anything crazy.
Right.
This is it. It's win or go home. And then, you know, you want maybe go get a melatonin. I'll tell you what I would do, guys. It's crazy. I would go see the trainer and say, hey, let me get an Ambien Saturday night because I want to sleep because my mind guru be so wired up. It's like going over my assignment. I couldn't wait to see Ray Lewis. I couldn't wait to see what linebacker, and I couldn't wait to the game. So my mind, I'm going over the lead draw. I'm going over every single play and how I'm going to touch this and try to take his heart. So I'm telling you, that night I would take an Ambien. I said, Trent, give me an Ambien. You would take that Ambien at night, you go to sleep, and then, boom, Sunday's here. Like I said, so Sunday's a quick day, guys. you'll be at the stadium before you know it. I know it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, so now you just push things back. Breakfast from, like I said, from at least 7 to 10, and then okay, bam, you're back. You're back in your room, laid out for like an hour or so, just relax or do some stretching. You're going to be at the stadium anyway, 2 hours before the game. So you're going to be there at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock anyway. The early bus gets there at 12. The late bus gets there at 1. So I tell you, man, that's what it's about, man. Sunday, it's game day.
Wow, Lo, you got us fired up. Hey,
it's amazing, bro. It's amazing.
Is the Ambien like a gummy?
Yeah, it's ambient. It's something just to help you sleep. It's no THC or anything in it, but I'm telling you, it knocks you out. I mean, you take it, you grab the Ambien and just put your mind at rest. It helps you give a good night's sleep. I'm one of those guys that was an early riser, but game night, you wanted to make sure you're getting a solid night's sleep because I'm telling you guys, Purdy, Kittle, everyone, I don't care how many playoffs these guys get in. It's hard to sleep the night before. If guys say, "Oh, I sleep like a baby," no. You're thinking about my assignment. You're thinking about where you're doing, and God. So I think it's not just one or two guys. Tell me, it's a lot of guys either taking the NyQuil or whatever the Ambien or something to help them go to sleep, and it's nothing wrong with it. It just helps you ease your mind because the day after you already know what's going down.
That's good stuff, Lo. I don't know how to feel about this next question I'm going to ask, but they're facts. You played the game, so Dallas doesn't get as much rest as the Niners, but yet they got a big win. So if you talk about what I believe is morale and you're hot, are they at that big of a disadvantage that the Niners got extra days rest to heal their bodies like you talk about? Or when that ball's kicked off, none of that means anything?
Well, I think the Dallas Cowboys, Guru, the biggest thing is this. You look at now, if you would have asked me about the Chargers, I would say absolutely the Chargers, in my opinion, and I like Staley. He's a good man. I think he's a good coach. I think he needs to hire some people to help him with game management. He lost that playoff game for the Chargers. I mean, it's sad to say. You played it meaningless. You couldn't improve your rankings. You couldn't improve your spot. And you played those guys. You got Mike Williams hurt. You played against a team that you could have beat. You're up by 27. You saw the second half. They were just beat up. You played on Sunday. You had to travel 3 time zones to go to Jacksonville, and then you played the Jacksonville Jaguar, and you had nothing left in the tank in the third and fourth quarter. You look at the Dallas Cowboys. To me, Guru and Steiny, there's 2 teams that should not have been in the playoffs this year, and I'm just going to be candid with you, and you guys know what I'm
I know where you're going.
The Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady carried that team. They should not have a 8-win team. They should not have been in the playoffs, and neither should Seattle. And you guys know that. So both these teams really, you see the physicality of the game. It really wasn't there. But I look at the Dallas Cowboys, and if you think about, should the Niners have a slight advantage? I think it's very, very slight because you're looking at Dak Prescott signing. If you think about the guys in the NFC, I know everyone wants to say Purdy's. If I ask you guys to rank the quarterbacks, and I sent that over to you, if you rank the quarterbacks,
give it to the guy.
You would have to say Dak, and then maybe quarterback from you say Philly, A1 and A2, or you can switch them, and then maybe Purdy, and then I'll take the Giants fourth. But if you look at the team, I would say Purdy won because of the team. But if you think these quarterbacks who've seen more football, I think it's foolish for us to say that Purdy is the better quarterback and he's seen everything. He's got more game experience. That's not true. He's going to have to play a good game Sunday, and he's got to play within himself. And Kyle Shanahan's going to have to come out with this game plan, and don't say, Purdy, go win games. You're going to have to say, Purdy, I need you to play within yourself. Do what you've been doing, because if we do that, we have a good chance. But at the same sense, guys, I think Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to ask you this, Steiny, name me a team this year that the Niners played that has 3 games over 500, even with the playoffs, and then name me 3 teams that the Niners played with 2 games over 800, 2 games over 500. So when you think about what they're getting ready to play, even though they're a good team, even though I think that they're a little bit better than Dallas team-wise, I think this is going to be the second best team collectively that the Niners have seen thus far this year. In the first team, I would say, would be, of course, Kansas City Chiefs, and now you're seeing the Cowboys. So the Niners, in my opinion, have not seen a team like this since the Kansas City Chiefs.
Lorenzo, Neal joining us on 95.7 The Game, and get locked in for the 49ers and Cowboys right here on 95.7 The Game with the kickoff show. It starts 1 o'clock on Sunday, and you know who's going to be there. Larry Krueger and our very own Lorenzo Neal. They will set you up for this huge game, and if you'll be at the game, come by and say hello at the Hilton Santa Clara to join the party. Lowe and Larry Krueger will both be there. Kickoff show brought to you by Harris Ranch Beef and Jim Beam. That's kind of what I'm fascinated with, Lorenzo, is if you look at the 4 quarterbacks left in the NFC, you got Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, and Daniel Jones. One of them's going to the Super Bowl. One of them is going to the Super Bowl. So, and none of them are considered great quarterbacks. Obviously, some are young. So I think the quarterback position in these next 3 games for all these teams, I think maybe we're going to see a quarterback win a game for a team and maybe a quarterback or 2 lose a game for a team.
Signing, without a doubt, that's going to be it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I think that Dak Prescott is going to have to do more than Purdy to win this game. I just think that, but here's the thing. I also believe that Dak Prescott is capable of doing more than Purdy to win this game. I believe that the Niners have a better team. I think the Niners, if I'm Niners, I'm running at Parsons, the outside backer. I'm lining up and I'm running at him every single play. I do not let him make plays. I take up and I line up and I say, wherever he is, we're going to run the ball wherever he is. You want to utilize his speed, combat his speed, and say, let's run at him. Let's make the Dallas Cowboys see can he play for 3 downs and see how he's going to be able to hold up then on 3rd down for passing downs. So you look at Dak, you look at these 2 teams. I think, yes, who's going to make the least amount of mistakes? What team is going to be special teams? You got to realize, Guru, your punter, your field goal kicker missed 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 extra points last week. That is going to be critical because this game is not, in my opinion, it's not a blowout. If the real Dallas Cowboys step up and play their best football, I think that this is going to be a hell of a game, guys, and I think that they can beat the Niners. But I think that the Niners, if they play their good football too, and both teams play good football, I still think that the Niners are a better team collectively. If the Niners make a bunch of mistakes and can't stop the run, and I'm not talking about the Niners playing poorly. I'm just talking about the Niners playing not as good if they just play average. And what is average to me? It's letting Dallas have 120 yards rushing, and Dak throws for 250 yards. And if he scrambles and picks up 3 first downs, I'm not talking about 10-yard scrambles. I'm talking about quarterback sneak, 2 yards, 3 on 3rd down. If he gets 3 conversions and they have 120 yards rushing and Dak throws for 250, that's good enough to beat the Niners, guys, in my assessment. So that's why the Niners have to shut down the run. They cannot come out flat like they did against Seattle and let Seattle dictate, let the Niners, let Dallas Cowboys dictate on running game and wear those guys out. That's why I want to see the Niners defense bow their neck. I want to see them say, let's make this one-dimensional with Dak Prescott because I know he wants to throw the ball. You cannot let this team, the Dallas Cowboys, be 2-dimensional. That's running past.
Lo, we broken bread together. You've been to my home. You met my wife. I've car sat for you. I tend to think, I try to keep it real as possible. Let me tell you about my morning. I come in here with my beanie and my Michael Irvin jersey. I've been quiet this week, Lo. I've been quiet because Dallas hasn't been back to the Super Bowl since '95. I don't believe they can pull this off, but I want to pick your brain about Dan Quinn, the great Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. Lo, if he is being honest, any DC out there, do you think he's like, I'm happy as hell that we're going up against a rookie quarterback? Like, how much of Brock Purdy's youth gives the defensive coordinator an advantage, feeling like we can take advantage, and a guy not drafted in the top 10? How much is Dan Quinn feeling that like that's where we're going to attack?
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Dallas Cowboys, I will tell you this before I get into Dan Quinn. The Dallas Cowboys, I'll tell you, without a doubt, they wish they were going to Philadelphia than going to San Francisco. Okay?
Oh, man.
That's just one. And here's the deal. They beat Philly. They're more physical than Philly. I think athletically, I think that Dallas beats Philly. I think the Niners is going to be it's a tougher task. But yes, now getting back to that about Dan Quinn, Dan Quinn is going to be in that meeting. I'm going to tell you exactly what he's saying. He said, guys, let's keep him in the pocket. Guys, we're going to blitz him from the middle and the A-gap. And listen, I'm asking my outside guys, you guys keep him in there. And if we can put the pocket in his face, he's going to try to bail and get out of the pocket. And if we have outside contain and make him stay inside the pocket, we're going to make him throw us the ball. He's going to throw us some interceptions. And I'm telling you, that's what I'm doing, Steiny. If I'm Dan Quinn, Guru, you're talking about should he be happy? Yes, he's going to say his game plan and his formula is simple. He's saying, guys, we got to limit them on running. We know they're going to be able to get theirs. They got a magnificent running game scheme. But, guys, when they're throwing the ball, we keep Purdy in the pocket. We rush him from the A-gap. We make sure guys get up the field, and we keep him in that sandbox. And, guys, put your arms up. Make him throw over. And we got to shrink the pocket, though. We can't just stay at the line of scrimmage. We have to create a new line of scrimmage for a 6-foot quarterback, and now he's on the weeds. He's in there in the jungle, and he can't see over the guy. And that's what they're going to try to do. And now Purdy's going to have to try to break contain, and that's what Quinn is going to say. Keep him in the sandbox, Guru. That's going to be the defensive mantra for the Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, Guru.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's going to be fun, man. Nothing like playoff football. I mean, it's so cool. There's just no doubt.
Who do you got, Steiny? Who do you got, Steiny? Tell me how you.
I got. I give the Cowboys a chance for sure. Yeah, right. But I can't pick them. I got 23-20 San Francisco.
Goo, I hate to go on, but Goo, I think it's going to be a hell of a game, just like Steiny.
I got 34-20 Niners.
If the Niners make mistakes, I'm just telling you, Cowboys win this game. And I know people say, what does a mistake mean? If they lose the turnover battle by 1, I don't think they're overcoming. If the Dallas runs the ball if they can't shut Dallas down and Dallas has 120, I'm not saying they got 200 yards, Steiny. I'm not putting a number that's absurd. I'm saying 120 yards, and then Dak Prescott with his leg scrambles and gets you three more possessions. It's anybody's football game.
Wow.
Right,
what's your prediction?
You just gave it.
I look.
Oh, not
they said close game.
I think this game's like 28-30. I think 31-28.
Oh.
I'm telling you right now. I don't think these teams are going to shake. I don't think these guys can stop one another.
Wow.
I've been telling you guys for a couple weeks. The Niners defense has shown suspects. And if Nicky Bosa's not putting the pressure that he's known to do, if Bosa's not doing it, where's the other pressure coming from with the consistency?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, consistency. And then the back end, we've seen the last several weeks, you saw freaking an Arizona team take them to the top. You see them give up big plays, first game of first plays, against Miami Dolphins. So all I'm saying is this defense isn't the Chicago Bears of old or the Purple People Leaders back in the day. So all I'm saying, the Niners should win, but I still believe that this is going to be a shootout. I think that it's not going to be no 22 or 17-14, some game like that. I think these two teams are going to score, and they're going to get in the shootout.
Wow. All right, Lo, we will talk to you Monday, man. Can't wait.
No worries, boys. Cheers.
All right, that's Lorenzo Neal.